Hey y'all, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Clash Royale video. It is your boy Solar Fury here with another video, and in today's video we have one of my favorite series that we've kind of started going on the channel, which is like a Clash Royale news type series. So we have some pretty big things going on in the Clash Royale community and some very important things that we need to talk about in this video regarding some very important things relevant to the extended future of Clash Royale. So I say let's not waste any of your time anymore and let's go ahead and get right into it. Although I would like to say that if you do enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it if you left a like, because that helps out with the YouTube algorithm and getting this video out to more people. And also, if you are new to the channel and you like all things Clash Royale, then be sure to subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about in this video is something that probably you guys have already heard about, whether in-game or through some other YouTubers, but it was a maintenance break for the Electro Giant getting an emergency buff. So here is the tweet from Clash Royale's official Twitter page. Maintenance break. Electro Giant is getting an increase to his hit points. Our new favorite giant, except he's not really our favorite giant, has felt a bit squishy and as such is getting a 12.5% increase to his hit points, giving him similar HP to a Mega Knight and a Lava Hound. So basically he went from having HP around similar thing to like a P.E.K.K.A to having that of a Mega Knight, which is actually pretty significant. 12.5% may not seem like a lot, but that is actually a big difference, especially to a very already slightly tanky card in Clash Royale. Just adding that much more health to it, that is a big help to the Electro Giant. Personally, I would have preferred a little bit of something like maybe a damage buff or an attack speed buff, because I feel like those aspects about him are pretty dang weak. But honestly, any buff to the Electro Giant at this point does help, because the Electro Giant was not doing good in Clash Royale at all. I believe it had like a 3% usage rate and below 40% win rate. So definitely this buff is very, very nice to see. So even though this is some pretty big news and definitely some unexpected news, we also have some even more unexpected news, which I'm sure many of you guys are going to be extremely happy about. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So Clash Royale ended up putting out another tweet right here. In our next update, we will also be increasing the counterattack damage that he deals so that it scales alongside his level. This change can't exist in the current version of the game. It requires the release of the next version, but it will be coming soon. So basically what this means is that they can't do an emergency buff like they did for the hit point increase, because this change is a lot more advanced and it changes the mechanics of the card. So they gotta wait to do the actual next client update of the game, which will be with season 17. So season 16 is pretty much halfway over. It is October 14th when I'm recording this. We're gonna have to wait until the end of October, beginning of November to get this adjustment to its counterattack damage. And I mean, yeah, I honestly like this balance change even more, because this has been an issue that has been pointed out. Here is a tweet that OJ put out at the beginning of October. The reason why the Electro Giant is underwhelming: level 6 Zap 120 damage, level 6 Electro Giant 120 Reflect, level 9 Electro Giant 120 Reflect, level 13 Electro Giant 120 Reflect. So basically what this is showing is that the max level Electro Giant will still do the same amount of reflect damage as a level 6 Zap, which is honestly kind of terrible. So the fact that they're going to scale this is going to be a lot better. Another helpful buff for the Electro Giant. Although again, we're going to have to wait a little bit for this one to come into the game. And here's something really funny that I just kind of wanted to point out. So this guy right here, Nate Plays, here's what he said. So you're telling me we have to wait till the card isn't boosted anymore to use it, and what it should have been originally? Boosted again next season. Even players like me who are half maxed, it will take at least 6 months to a year to max out the card. Not cool at all. And then Drew, the community manager for Clash Royale, replied with, "We are boosting it again next season so players can enjoy the extra buffs. Don't worry." So that's really nice that they are boosting it again next season, but I just thought that was kind of funny. And honestly, big shout out to Drew, the community manager for Clash Royale. I doubt he will ever see this video, but he probably has one of the toughest jobs in the world, managing one of the most interesting online gaming communities. So Drew, if you do ever see this, big shout out to you. But if you don't see this, then still, I mean, big shout out to you. You are amazing at your job. And then next up, we have probably the most exciting thing of all. And so here is the part that I deem to be the most exciting. This extra buff to Electro Giant will be released in the new update alongside many changes and improvements to the current clan wars. This new update is currently planned to drop during season 17. Stay tuned for more information on this update closer to its release. Now that, my friends, is something that I like to hear. From what I'm seeing, it seems that Supercell has taken the community's feedback into account at a very fast rate, and they've been working on developing some improvements to Clan Wars 2, and that is just absolutely amazing. 2 seasons later, you know, Clan Wars 2 was released in season 15, and 2 seasons later in season 17, we are going to be getting some changes to it. So I think it's no doubt that Clan Wars 2 is probably one of the most hyped updates in Clash Royale history, and it also definitely was the biggest failure of an update in Clash Royale history. I think that is the consensus, but the fact that Supercell and the Clash Royale team are listening to the community and taking the community's feedback into account really does mean a lot, and it makes fans of the game and content creators of the game like myself extremely happy to see things like this. Although let's just say that I hope that some of the things they are changing are some things that the community want, like a more standardized system, a more fair system with the war decks, you know, more game modes implemented into the river race instead of just duels and 1v1s, some improvements to the Coliseum and things like that. I really hope it just isn't something like, you know, adding like 2v2 to the river race, because while that would be cool, we want more than just 2v2 the river race or something like that. So yeah, honestly, there wasn't that much news to cover, but the degree of this news is like absolutely insane. This is some very important news. We had an emergency buff to one of the weakest cards in the game. We had some confirmation that he'll be getting some more buffs in the future. And we also had some confirmation that at the beginning of season 17, we will be getting some improvements to Clan Wars 2, all of which is greatly appreciated. But anyway, gamers, that's going to be it for today's Clash Royale video. And if you guys did enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a like down below. I greatly appreciate it. And as I said earlier, if you're new to the channel and you like all things Clash Royale, then be sure to subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, gamers, it's your boy Solar Fury signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.